JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 28th of September 2020, so yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday's morning session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But as always, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation. It should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, guys, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. Feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. You can also subscribe to our strategic report if you wish, which comes out every morning. So currently it's getting prepared, so yep, if you want to get that one, you can always subscribe. I hope you like it. Now let's quickly have a look at what's happening here in terms of the coronavirus. Now, I haven't looked at this one for quite a while, but as you can see, the figures continue to slowly rise, if you can see that. So basically, for now, I mean, what we can say here is that the numbers keep on moving sideways a little bit, up and down, but mainly within a somewhat of a range here. So yeah, for now is basically, I mean, hopefully this can go down eventually, but we're very careful, very cautious, given that we're getting closer to a cooler period. But of course, we'll see how all that's gonna go. For now, yep, that's the situation. We are, I think on different other sources, it shows that we already hit the 1 million mark in terms of global deaths. Let's see how all this is gonna continue being, and how will this affect eventually the market. Now, we have a quite busy week in front of us, and basically, of course, the big event is on Friday with the NFPs, so that's going to be in focus. Of course, during the week we also will have various sets of data. I mean, the European unemployment rate on Thursday. Then we'll have, of course, on Wednesday we'll have the Canadian GDP numbers as well, together with the US ones. ADP non-farm payrolls are going to numbers are going to be coming out then as well. Europe will be delivering its GDP figures as well, together with unemployment rates. So yep, quite a busy week. But in terms of today, specifically, well, the only little event here that we can see on the calendar is the fact that ECB's President Lagarde will deliver a speech, but apart from that, not much is happening for Monday, but we'll kick it off on Tuesday with different sets of data. Now, jumping into the charts, and the first one I want to touch on here is Nikkei, as always, just to see how everything's kind of getting along there. And with Nikkei, we can see that it managed to climb back above this upside support line taken from the low of the 31st of July, and now it kind of came close to this barrier again, this highest point of September, the current highest point of September, because don't forget that for Nikkei we still have 2 days left of trading for this month, so maybe tomorrow or on Wednesday because the index is already closed. But tomorrow or on Wednesday, we may see this one getting broken. But of course, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's keep an eye on this 23,580 zone that I kept talking about last week. That's the barrier after a break of which we could consider the upside. Now, in terms of the downside, as you can see, previously I talked about this 23,040 level, that a break of which was required in order to kind of aim for further declines, but that never happened, and yep, instead the index reversed back to the upside here. So let's see if Nikkei is able to make its way higher. So jumping into Shanghai Composite, you can see that this here is a bit of an opposite situation here. It's trading slightly in the red, but maybe we can say that it's actually fractionally, well, actually remains unchanged. For now, the most important is that this level here, this 3,220 zone, is kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's providing support, but it's kind of currently not really allowing the index to move either way. So what I was saying previously, that a strong move below this would be required in order to aim for this lower side of the range here. So again, for now, that's going to be my target, this 3,181. But if that gets broken, well, the bulls probably should not get disappointed too quickly, because a break of this area, break of this 3,181 territory could lead towards a test of this upside support line taken from the low of the 19th of March, guys. So keep your eyes on that one. It could be quite interesting, but for now, like I said, for now I'm targeting this this area right here, this 3,181, and then I'm going to take it from there, because for the upside, basically what I need here is a break of this short-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 31st of August, and then yes, we could maybe consider as a further move higher here, especially if the rate also the price also climbs above this 3,300 mark, somewhere around here, because at the same time the index would be placed back above this 21-day EMA. So basically a lot of positivity here could come on a break of this downside line, but again, for now it's not the case. We're close to this lower side of the range. Now jumping into the German DAX, and this index this index sold off on Friday, and in general it closed the week in the red. So basically, for now, if we look at the cash index, and let me just quickly do that, we can see that actually there is some Asian positivity that is rolling into the German DAX right now in the cash index, and basically the price is currently balancing near the 12,645 zone. So basically it's back above this area right here, this 12,505 zone that I talked about last week. Last week I was saying that if we get a drop below this, then our next target here could be this 200-day EMA, or even this the low of the 30th of July near the 12,254 zone. As you can see, it did drop below this 12,505 zone and ended up testing this 200-day EMA, from which it rebounded. And as I said, on the cash index, we can see that the price is back to the 12,645 zone right now. So basically it's going to be sitting somewhere around right here, not far from the high of the 24th of September. So again, keep your eyes on that one. If of course if it continues to push higher and then it climbs above this 12,754 territory, then yep, more buyers could be joining in here and potentially maybe trying to lift this one higher. However, don't get me wrong, it still could be a tricky situation here, because if it climbs above this 12,754 territory, do have the 21-day EMA, which could provide resistance. So it could get a hold of here, and if it struggles to overcome it, then another round of selling here would be possible. However, if it starts climbing above this 21-day EMA, then yes, we'll aim for slightly higher levels, but again, I'll pick up on this later, and I'll see how it's going to behave here. But for now, that's the kind of the little idea for now. Basically, what, long story short, keep your eyes on the 12,754 territory. If it provides continues to provide resistance, then yep, maybe the bulls will struggle to kind of drive this one a little bit higher. But if it breaks, then maybe there could be a bit of hope here for more buyers. Jumping into another index, and this one is a dollar index, and as you can see, well, last week I talked about this idea where keep your eyes basically on this downside line, and what I was saying that if this barrier right here, the 93.81 zone, gets broken, then we will aim for this downside line, which could stall the price for a little bit. And as you can see, the price is currently stalling there. So what we need here is we need to see a nice good break above this downside line, above this 94.65 zone, and then yes, we could aim for higher levels. If this downside line does continue to do its job, of course, then yes, we could see a bit of a decline here towards this 93.81 territory, but a break of which could, well, I mean, could send this index maybe even further south. But again, for now, like the only thing I can say is that be very careful right now, because we are near this key, well, this psychological area, this near this downside line. But if that downside line gets broken and the price rises about 94.65 territory, then yep, we could consider a bit of a larger up move here. Now gold, gold is waiting. Gold is still kind of stuck here, and yeah, it's stuck basically near this 100-day EMA, shown as the green line, as you can see here. So in a way, what I can say that if it doesn't move lower here below this area, below this 1863 territory straight away, then yes, of course, we could see a bit of a correction here back up. But of course, all the kind of eyes will be on this psychological 1900 level, because if it struggles to, if the gold struggles to overcome it, then well, another round of selling could be possible. So that's why, guys, for now, be very careful. Yes, we are very close to this support zone near the 18.48 zone of, or let's actually round it up a little bit here, 1849. That's the low of last week. So in order to aim for further declines, yes, a break of that area would be needed. Or like I said, if it reverses sharply here to the upside, then keep your eyes on that psychological 1900 level, because if the commodity remains below it, then well, I mean, this is where it could reverse back south. Now jumping into oil, WTI oil here. So to be honest, not much excitement. I mean, the latest excitement was here in the beginning of September, when the commodity kind of sold off here, drifted lower, found support near this 36.15 territory, and then reversed back to the upside here, and is now and then made its way higher, but found good resistance near this 200-day EMA. So in other words, this kind of gives us the signal that that this 200-day EMA is going to be the one to watch for now, together with this high, the high of, let's say, 18th of September, around the 41.46 level, approximately around there, guys. So if we get a nice pop above it, then yes, first of all, this would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and then could open the door towards towards this high, the highest point of August, near the 43.75 zone. Let me just grab this arrow nicely here, draw it, there we go. So that could be this next idea. That's for the upside. For the downside, what you could do here is keep an eye on this area, this low of the 30th of July, near the 38.74 territory, because as you can see on the 21st of September, this area also did provide good support. So in other words, if we see the price falling here and it falls below this area here, then yep, we could consider maybe a push towards this 36.15 zone, marked by the lowest point of September. So yeah, for maybe I should say current lowest point of September, because September is not finished yet, but to be honest, we have about 3 days left of trading in September. So unless something really drastic happens that will bring this commodity lower, even below this this 36.15 level, well, I doubt that. But again, of course, we'll keep an we'll always keep an element of doubt somewhere. But nevertheless, like I said, keep your eyes on these two levels, and let's see which way this one's going to break out first. Now jumping into Ripple, quick update here. I mean, Ripple continues to climb slowly higher, but currently it's stuck here near the 21-day EMA together with the 100-day EMA, shown as the yellow and green lines respectively. Previously, last week I talked about this idea. In the beginning of last week I talked about this idea where we may see a slide here if we get a drop below the 0.2357 territory. But if this upside line provides decent support, then yes, we could see a nice reversal back to the upside. But to get a little bit more comfortable with the upside, we needed to see a break above this, back above this 0.2357 territory, and we got that. So the crypto continues to climb higher, but for now, yes, I'm going to aim for some higher levels, but I'll be very careful near this downside line taken from the high, the 17th of August, and then I'll take it from there. But if it starts falling back below the 0.2357 territory, now this is where it could become a little bit more, or should I say, we could become a little bit more cautious, because, I mean, maybe not all is good here in the bull block, and, well, maybe we could see a bit of a further decline towards this upside line. But if this upside line gets broken, now this is where the feast for the bears could appear, could be, and yeah, further declines could be possible then. But again, we're a bit far from that. For now, I'm examining the slightly higher levels here near the 0.2550 or this downside line. USDJPY. So I'm still keeping a close eye on this one, because we are at a very tricky spot right now. We are near this key support area around the 73 point, or actually let's round it up to near the 74 territory. And it also coincides here with the 200-day EMA. Now, of course, the idea here, the two ideas that I've mentioned here, basically are still kind of ending up being one, the downside. However, this idea, this little arrow here, shows the idea for those who are more a little bit on the cautious side, because basically, if we get a nice drop below the 74 territory, then yes, this would confirm a forthcoming lower low, and further declines could be possible. For those who are more on the riskier side, there could be a possible correction here to the upside, and if the pair struggles to get back above this 100-day EMA together with this 74.83 territory, then yep, if it struggles to move above it, or even let's say if the daily candle struggles to stay above it, then well, this is where it could become interesting, and we could see maybe another slide here. Never in terms of the upside, preferably at the moment, at this point in time, I would like to see a move maybe back above the 76.12 zone right here, but maybe going later, depending on how this is going to be trading, maybe I'll move it a little bit here towards the 75.61 zone, marked by the lows of the August 20th, 21st, and 24th. And then, yep, like I said, we'll take it from there. So again, keep your eyes on this one. Let me just quickly put the arrow right here. So yeah, that could be the upside idea. USDCHF, quick update here. I mean, last week I talked about this one, and what I was saying, that if we get a nice break above this 0.92 territory, my next target is the 100-day EMA, shown as the green line. And look at this beautiful move. It tested it, and now the big question here is, can it actually move further north? Now, previously, what I talked about last week was that in a way, if it struggles to get, or should I say, bypass this 100-day EMA straight away, then maybe a bit of a correction here back down could be possible. Not all the way here towards this area, but maybe somewhere near this 0.9242 zone, roughly around here, marked by the high of the 3rd of August. Or actually it's the highest point of August as well. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, the highest point of August could provide maybe a bit of support here, and then yep, we could see this one reversing and pushing back up. Nevertheless, the idea here is, if this continues to climb, the next target could be this downside line taken from the high of the 23rd of March, which will be carefully monitored, because again, if this provides resistance, another round of selling here could be possible, but that's of course something for later on. For now, keep your eyes on this 100-day EMA. If it struggles to overcome it straight away, then a bit of a correction here towards this highest point of August could be possible. GBPUSD, quick update here. So I talked about this one last week, and yep, I was saying, guys, keep your eyes on this short-term tentative downside resistance line taken from the high of the 21st of August. And as you can see, last week we managed to break it, and we remained above it as well. And today, although we are seeing a bit of a decline, still this downside line is kind of now acting as a good trampoline, I would say. Maybe I mean, it's still acting as a good support now. The pair is testing it from above, and for now, as long as it remains above this downside line, it could drift like lower. But if it continues to trade above this downside line, then yep, we could see this one moving to the upside again. So basically, we have seen something like this happening a few times, where although the pair, let's say the parent instrument is declining, still is declining above its downside line, and then eventually it kind of pops higher here. So so kind of do not exclude this idea, this potential scenario. Like I said, the upside might not happen straight away. It might just go a little bit slide here down this downside line, and then rebound and then push higher. But again, I'm just saying that this happens sometimes, and we have seen this happening. So because like I said, if the pair doesn't move higher straight away, then yep, something like this could be possible. And finally, EURUSD. So again, for now, everything is working out nicely. Last week I spoke about this idea where in the beginning, especially in the beginning of the week, I spoke about this 1.1753 territory getting broken. If that gets broken, then yes, the next target is the 1.1570 zone right here, or slightly below it we do have the 100-day EMA. So we'll see how everything's going to react there. But that's going to be my target for now. So yeah, again, like I said, let's see how all this is going to play out. In terms of the upside, if you want to look at some higher levels, well, probably just wait for a break of this downside line taken from the high of the 1st of September, and then yes, we could consider some higher levels if this downside line gets broken, because any move higher here up until that could be seen as a temporary correction, guys. So yeah, so for now, be very careful on this one. Okay, I hope you found it useful, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate your time. If you want to catch my video later on, as always, my trader's tea time for 13:15 GMT time. But for now, guys, I hope you have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.